Real Talk Tea. Hello, 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 and welcome back. This is Wendy for Real Talk Tea. And we have news. There's been so much news since the election. It's hard to keep up with every day around the clock. There's new headlines, breaking news. What has transpired over the weekend is the talk about the Hunter Biden laptop and the pardoning of Hunter Biden. His father, Sleepy Joe, President Joe Biden, has pardoned him. Full, unconditional pardoned for 11 years. At first, there was no case. They tried to deem it as a conspiracy theory, but it was proven that there was malice on the laptop, emails proving wrongdoings concerning Joe Biden, Hunter, and Ukraine, and other things of that nature. So now we're wondering, once he officially came out a while ago saying that he would not pardon his son. Well, he's on his way out. He's dad. He's the HNIC of our country, our nation, and he says, what the hell, why not? And he did. So, with that being said, if he pardoned his son, should Trump pardon the J6ers? Why not? An eye for an eye. We know, and it was proven, that Hunter was in the wrong. The stuff on his laptop, nude photos, corruption, political corruption. We know about his parties, his women. But yet, he's been pardoned. For 11-year span. Unconditional. He cannot and will not, from the signature of the pardon through 11 years going, he will not suffer any repercussions for anything that he has done. I believe that customary meeting that President-elect Trump had at the White House, I believe, this is just me, that Biden asked Trump to do that, and Trump said, hell no. So he said, hey, if you don't, I will. So now with that being said, Trump should, or do you think he should, pardon the J6ers? Why not? What did they do wrong? Is one sin, one crime greater than the other? In this situation, who knows? It's all about the power. But we have seen, and everybody is just floored at what is happening right now. The United States is in such disarray. Heads are turning, spinning, people are scattering like roaches in the light. But this is where we are. So it started out, there was no proof. And then when the proof came to, oh, it can't be proven, it's all conspiracy. Well, everything they've been saying from day one, conspiracy theories, have now been known as conspiracy facts because we are living it. This year, 2024, which is almost at a close, has been the year of truth. And the year of truth has been causing reckoning for some. But this is where we are. So we have the Trump cases, which most of them have been dropped. Some have been adjourned. And the ones that have been adjourned means that at any time, when and if, they can still hold that over his head. So Trump should pardon himself. If Joe can pardon his son, that should be illegal, to say the least. And if not illegal, it should be a conflict of interest. It would in any other situation. Why not this? So with that being said, if he pardoned his son, Trump, our president-elect, should pardon the J6ers. Call it even. Across the board. You doing that and the country knows. And it's been proven that Trump actually, it was not an insurrection. It's been proven that, what it looks like, everything that looks funny, it's not always what it seems. We know the backhand story about Nancy Pelosi and all of this stuff that went on behind the scenes of the J6 incident, not insurrection. But now that everything is out in the open, on the table, the world, the government, Trump has caused so much transparency in the world, which is a good thing. Because we are in the know, in the loop of some of the things. I'm not going to say most. But he has done so much since his election win, not even in office. He's done more than they've done in 4 years. And then right before Joe Biden's exit, he's going to do his due diligence and be the father he is and pardon his son. What parent wouldn't do that? But how are you looking to your nation, to your country? You said one thing, but you're doing something else, which is just further letting us know that you hold the power. We can't hold you for your word because you've gone against that many times. But this is where we are. So if he pardoned his son, President-elect Trump should be able to pardon the J6ers. Let me know in the comments what you think about that. But hey, fair is fair. This is the game that we're playing. This is what we're going to do. Full unconditional pardon covering a 11-year span. Really? And while we're on the subject of pardoning, Roger Ver, V-E-R, who was known as the Bitcoin Jesus, he should be pardoned too. And in a matter of fact, instead of using Chris Giancarlo, who's also known as Crypto Dad, he's been nominated by Trump for the crypto czar. Hey, we should just give it to Roger Ver. He's the Bitcoin Jesus. That's Trump's dad. But he should definitely be pardoned. See, he exited the United States and has dual citizenship out of the country. And because he made so much money on his Bitcoin and crypto, he paid his taxes on the money that he made and then exited the United States. But of course the DOJ didn't like the way he did it, so they want to sentence him to 100 years plus in prison. He needs to be pardoned, and he needs to join Chris to handle and steer right the Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency era. So he should be the crypto. I mean, if you have the crypto dad and the Bitcoin Jesus, we should be good to go there. So if you're not investing, it's never too late. It's never too late. I am not a financial counselor, but hey, look up the crypto, see what's going, and get in on the bandwagon. If your president-elect says, hey, this is the thing right now, and he is appointing somebody to cover that, that means he has put his stamp on it as okay and to be, regulated or whatever, and we should be getting on that bandwagon. I can't believe that he pardoned his son. Well, I guess I can. Nothing is too far-fetched nowadays. The things that we looked at before that was too surreal, so to speak, has all came to fruition. But this Hunter Biden thing, the pictures were leaked, him doing, that booger sugar and nude photos and things of that nature, all the things that they had on his laptop that shows not, political corruption, his personal things, for him to be talking with China, Ukraine, and all these places has all been proven in the courts. Finally, when they said, okay, now you're going to jail, his dad said, nope, I have the power to, and he did. So stay tuned. Look forward to Trump and the J6ers, and let's see what's happening. I, for one, am proud of our president-elect because he has not wasted one day since he won the election. Not one day. And I think he learned from his last term. He's not as arrogant and not as cocky as he was coming out the fence the first time. And I think he learned a lot. And he has done so much. And that's a good thing. So we have to just stay tuned and see what else is coming down that Trump train. But Hunter Biden has been pardoned by Father and President of the United States, Joe Biden, that's covering him at over an 11-year span. That's just unreal, but it is what it is. And in other news, we are talking about tariffs. That seems to be President-elect Trump's favorite word right now. He planned on charging New Mexico 25% tariffs, and tariffs are just taxes on goods sold here in the United States. 25% for Mexico and the same for Canada. And the BRICS nations, which consists of many countries. We have Brazil, Russia, India, China, South America, Iran, Egypt, and Ethiopia. They were newly added. But all of these countries that are a part of BRICS that plans on continuing to dump the dollar, Trump says 100% tariffs on them. This is not going to go over easy. This is like a bully/power move from the United States. And they've been holding public meetings, secret meetings, trying to get everything squared away. And that's why the additional countries have been added, because they want to join. They backed by gold. We're backed by nothing. Makes sense. So what's going to happen in this situation? Well, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. We, the people, will suffer the consequences and repercussions. It's going to end up in a trade war, because I can't see all the work that they've been putting in over the past 3 years. I can't see them bagging down and saying okay because the threat of 100% tariffs. And what does that mean? That means that if any of these countries, let's use China, because we all do, everything predominantly is made in China. So any of goods that you buy from the United States that has a made in China tag or sticker on it means at 100% tariffs that you're going to pay double for whatever it is. Let's say you're going to get a dryer that costs you $250. Well, now if it came from China, you're going to pay $500 for that dryer. Electronics. Your cell phones are made in China. Apple is made in China. The new iPhone made in China. They're already through the roof, $1,300, $1,400, $1,500 now. With 100% tariffs, you're going to be paying $3,000 for the same phone. Not only that, it's going to, with the prices doubling, what's that going to do to our economy? You think it's bad now? Hold your britches. Inflation, inflation, inflation. Job loss. These are merely growing pains initially from the tariffs. Eventually they will pan out, smooth out, and take up the slack and balance. But until that point, there will be suffering. There will be major job losses, especially when it comes to the produce. The people, the farmers who hire people to pick their crops and do all these hard labor things, especially if the workers are predominantly Mexican, if they're going to be deported, then who are you going to hire? The farmers will then have to hire U.S. citizens who are already customary of making a certain amount of money or dollar per hour. And for the hard labor, long hours, heat, cold, they're going to have to pay a pretty penny. And if they're going to have to pay more in labor, they're going to put it in on the prices. Avocados, for instance. I love avocados. I've seen the price of those go up already within the year. Now they're going to be taxed. They're going to be far more expensive. And when you try to eat healthy, for one, all your fruits and vegetables, fresh fruits and vegetables, is going to be expensive anyway, without any tariffs. Now you're going to add these taxes on it, these sanctions, and you won't be able to buy anything. If you think your bag and your cart is empty now, $100 gives you 1, maybe 2 bags of groceries at the store. After these tariffs hit, or this trade war, so if you're not a survivalist, don't consider yourself one, there's only so much that you can stock up on and save. But now is a great time to start, because this can get out of hand. And this seems to be President-elect Trump's favorite word thus far. Now you can bluff or scare people to a certain point, but after a while they're going to hey, but they're going to lose business too, because who's going to buy these things at this higher price? So that means we the people, we the United States, will have to pick up and supplement and make do as far as growing our own things, making our own things, technology and things of that nature. Because if we're relying on getting these things from other countries, it's going to cost us not just an arm and a leg, but it may cost us 2 arms and a leg, or 2 legs and an arm. It depends on where you shop. You may just be a bust. But these are growing pains. And for everyone who voted for Trump, who is not privy or educated on what tariffs are, and he was study talking about it in his campaigns. So whether they're at 25%, 10%, or 100%, you have to count on some wavering of the economy, so to speak. There will be growing pains economically. And I'm just saying, be prepared for that. And there are no limits on tariffs, none. He said 100% he can charge whatever he wants to. But right now, the BRICS nations, he's put 100% tag on their heads. And there are a lot of countries involved. We get a lot of produce, we get a lot of tech, a lot of IT, a lot of goods from other countries that are exported in. So it's not only going to hurt them, but it's going to hurt us too. Hopefully, it's just a temporary ache. But we have to just write it out and see where all of this takes us, you know. But there will be job losses. There will be cuts. So in addition to the DOGE team, the Department of Government Efficiency, cutting certain programs and things of that nature, we're being hit from that aspect. And now we're going to be hit economically at the pump, at the grocery store, at Walmart, wherever you buy your goods, appliances, phones, technology, everything. Once this is signed, sealed, and delivered, game will be on for everyone. Other countries, the BRICS countries, and we the people. It seems like everything is happening all at once, just like the movie. Everything all at once. And it's just so hard to keep up with it. And you really can't blame them for wanting to dump the dollar, because the dollar is really no good. And it's weaponized on top of that. So I think what President Trump is trying to do, his heart is in the right place, his brain is in the right place, but economically, this could be a downfall for our economy as well. Now, 20 years ago, this probably or could have, went over well, but we are living in a multipolar world right now. We are not the end all be all like we used to be. The land of opportunity, the United States is the richest country in the world. We're not there anymore. And we have fallen tremendously, and now we're about to see. So we are on stage right now, and we're about to see. And we are really in World War III, like a silent World War III or phase 1 of World War III. But if shit actually did hit the fan, guess what Russia just rolled out with? Russia announced a couple of days ago that he now has the Orishnik ballistic missile. And all this time we've been worried about nuclear war. We don't have to. So he found a safer way, if you could say that. He found another way to trump us, we the people. This missile is non-nuclear. Yay! We don't have to worry about the mushroom cloud. Or do we? But this is a non-nuclear decapitation missile. This means that anything it hits will turn to dust, will be obliterated, as if a meteorite from the sky has fallen. Don't look up. Will have the same effect. This missile can take out NATO military. It could take out the American military. It can hit command centers, logistics centers, aircraft carriers, all within 30 minutes. Can obliterate everything in the United States without nuclear. It seems to be a better option, if you could say. But is it really? No, we don't have to worry about nuclear fallout. That is a plus. But the number of lives lost and the devastation remains the same. So technically, We have Orishnik ballistic missiles that Russia or Putin is talking about versus tariffs. Okay? You ever heard of the saying, you don't bring a knife to a gunfight? Because this is what this is. If this is the case here, and he fires one of these bad boys off, we are in deep doo-doo. Deep. The knife has lost against the AK. The tariffs have lost against the Orishnik ballistic missile. We are in tumultuous times right now, trying times. And I know Trump believes wholeheartedly what he's doing. And I'm sure the same news I know, he knows. But we the people, we the United States, don't have these capabilities. No one does. Only Russia. This is new to the ball game. So the power of this Orishnik ballistic missile has never before existed. It is new to the platform of missiles and weaponry, and we are in trouble. In addition to that, China already outproduces the United States. We have to find a way to be more competitive and more innovative to compete. That's the only solution to any of this. Russia, with this Orishnik system, okay, it's not nuclear. So, we can wipe that off. But it does the same devastation. It obliterates anything it hits. Logistically, it can hit all the power. It can hit the power grid. The whole USA will be in the dark. U.S. air carriers, U.S. aircraft carriers, obliterated in 30 minutes. There's no competition between this missile and tariffs. So I'm interested to know how this is going to turn out. He can threaten all day long until he's blue in the face. But what are the BRICS nations going to do? What will their response be to these 100% tariffs? Do we need them? Do they need us? The dollar has drastically gone down. It has been defeated globally already. I can tell you during the COVID time and era, I visited Costa Rica. And over there they have their own money, and you have an exchange. You can either use their money or you can use the US money. Well, when I went during COVID time, they actually wanted our US dollar because at the time our dollar was worth something and it was worth more than their money. Well, I just visited again, and now they don't want our money. Their money now is worth more than our money. It has been flipped. We are not globally dominant anymore. And this has greatly hurt us from COVID. Everything has been downhill since then. And then you have all of these conspiracy facts that's now hitting the surface, and everybody is aware. People who were not privy to information then, since COVID, have greatly educationally grown. And now we have RFK working with Trump to help bring even more information to the forefront publicly about the vaccines. We know all of that was a scam. And I don't know if I can say that or not, but everything is public knowledge now. because RFK has come out and said it. The vaccines, those particular ones anyway, should not have been the way they were presented. I can say that. So with that being said, everything seems to be, and that's a good thing, that things are coming out in the open, making it publicly known so people can be aware and educated to make their own conscious decisions about medications, vaccines, their foods, or what have you. And that's a good thing. People are stepping up, doing their own research, their own due diligence. But where does that place us, we the people? We are in a hell of a fix right now. And just today, Trump told Gaza to release the prisoners before January 20th. Not when he gets in. Not when he's sworn in and sits in that chair and starts signing off stuff. So they have less than, this is December, they have less than a month to release the prisoners. So there's something else for you to keep your eye on. Will they or won't they? So we have the release of the prisoners from the October 7th, 2023. We have the tariffs on the BRICS nations. And we're looking out to see if Trump will pardon the J6ers. This is my news update for today. Real Talk Tea. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.